Salutations, Exile. In patch 3.16, Scourge League, I was originally going to make a build using Stasis Prison. However, as it is now the rarest and most expensive item in the game, and it's not even good, I will be pretending that it doesn't exist until it's only a few exalts. Instead, I have made a significantly better build for a mere 0.5% of the price. First, we have to talk about Ward. What is it good for? Absolutely nothing. Pretend Ward is like Energy Shield, except if we have 1 million Ward and take a 1 damage hit, we now have 0 Ward for the next 5 seconds. However, if we use the Olroth's Resolve Flask, we have 70% less Ward, but it never breaks. So, if we have 1000 Ward with the Flask up, and take a 1200 damage hit, we lose 200 life, but we have taken 1200 damage for the purposes of cast when damage taken and recoup mechanics. This is extremely powerful, so we need to keep Olroth's Resolve Flask up 100% of the time. To do that, we grab a bunch of Flask duration and Flask charges gained, and instill it to be used when full. There are many ways to do this, but the way I have chosen is tailored to this build specifically. However, none of them prevent nullifier rares from smacking the Flask effect right off of you, so don't try this in hardcore. With Olroth's Resolve, a few hundred ward, and some life recoup, we can proc Heartbound Loop as quickly as we want, and it will only heal us faster. If we have enough ward and chaos resistance, we can even spam Forbidden Rite. If we use level 11 anomalous skeletons with 97% reduced duration and a 20/20 less duration support, we can create a level 5 cast when damage taken spellcast loop with only 1 Heartbound Loop. Grab some mana recoup and we can sustain enough mana to cast whatever we want. That free ring slot lets us use Berek's Respite, one of the best items in the game despite its price. In fact, it's so good that despite our ability to spam whatever spells we want, scaling Ignite is our best option. If we use the Elementalist Ascendancy to ensure that everything we hit is both ignited and shocked, Berek's Respite will proliferate those to infinitely many enemies, providing insane clear speed all by itself. As a bonus, we can use Pyroshock Clasp to get a ton of physical damage reduction despite having 0 armor, which would ruin our spellcast loop. Using this belt means we can't get the powerful Flask modifiers of a rare belt, meaning we can't fit in survival secrets to get a few hundred more ward, but I calculated that this is better for my purposes. I tried using 2 Olroth's Resolve, which would be automatically desynced by survival secrets, but each copy of a unique Flask counts as active when 1 does, so it doesn't work. Because Berek's Respite is providing all the clear speed, we can go all in on single target damage. Our spellcast loop can spam every Ignite utility spell, so we just need to include a spell with powerful ignites. I used Fireball for a while, and it has very good clear speed, but the single target damage is lacking. For that reason, I switched to using the flavor of the month, Detonate Dead. Basically, if we have very high life spectres, and use Desecrate, some of the corpses will be those spectres, so detonating them does far more damage. While Detonate Dead is very meta and boring, this build automates it, and forces you to stand directly on top of the enemy for maximum damage. By including Purifying Flame in the spellcast loop, we can keep our 1-link spectres alive with absolutely no investment into minions. I made mine immortal using a very specific megalomaniac, but this is unnecessary. Calculating how much damage this all does is a dark art. After the nerfs in 3.17, it maxes out at a few million. You can try swapping in Replica Emberwake for 50% more damage, but you have to get really good RNG with Desecrate for it to be better. But numbers don't do the build justice. You have to experience it. Mindlessly wandering around, jamming to some music.
Się syn wojny, dar ze śni, noc
ce sunt, se spun, ce simt acum. Alo? Iubirea mea sunt eu, fericirea. Alo? Alo? Sunt iarăși eu, e ca să te-am dat și sunt voinic, dar să știi, nu-ți cer nimic. Vrei să pleci, dar numai ei, numai ei, numai ei, chipul tău și dragostea din tei. N-amintesc de ochii tăi. Vrei să pleci, dar numai ei, numai ei, numai ei, chipul tău și dragostea din tei. N-amintesc de ochii tăi. Vrei să pleci, dar numai ei.